Hello and welcome to Bootleg of Megabloks. Some time ago, I actually saw these a while ago. These are not new, but they're not that common. Because I remember one time on YouTube, someone left a comment saying, hey, Megabloks are so great, they're not getting bootlegs unlike Lego, which is a dumb thing to say anyway. One could argue that they're just not as popular, so they don't get bootlegs. Or that Megabloks are cheaper in general, and I think they're much more affordable than Lego, which I'm grateful for because I love getting Ninja Turtle Megabloks, the official stuff. But here we are. I remember leaving a comment, replying to him, no, I have seen some Call of Duty Megabloks stuff being bootleg before, and I finally got around to getting these. And here are 3 boxes. Top there, obviously, all of these boxes, they don't have Megabloks logos, they don't have any Call of Duty logos, but one look at them, I recognize these sets. I don't collect Megabloks Call of Duty stuff myself, but I've seen them. I bought 1 or 2 sets of the zombie stuff because I love the parts. And so here we are. So the top there says Sky Wolf, and we have Sky Eagle, duh. I mean, eagles in the sky, of course, and Snow Leopard. And on the back of all these boxes, anyway, here's the top, and the bottom, just warnings and stuff. But on the back of the boxes shows you the parts list inside, which I think it's for the most part copied from the original Megabloks boxing, as well as different arts and stuff. You see some, glow in the dark, night vision sort of stuff, showing off these boxes. What exactly do we get inside? Well, apart from the cost for all Chinese bootlegs seem to do this, inside the box is another box. We've got this cardboard tray here, which, I mean, look how much space they waste. The official Megabloks stuff, the packaging is way smaller than this, probably like half the size. And if you see here, the pieces themselves don't take up half the space. So you got 3 bags here. I'll look at the instructions in a moment. We have these 2 trays. Now, these 2 plastic sprues, I got sprues and kits, is that what they got? This one came with the other bike. I didn't use some of these pieces, so I'm guessing that this set's the one that uses the other pieces. But because this is an exact one, I'm guessing this set will also not to use some of the other pieces that's used in the other set. Maybe, but it's weird. Can you imagine it seeing like a regular sort of piece like this, a 1x2 plate, just stuck in all these, are they got sprues? Plastic sprues, whatever. So that's weird. This one's more common. All the accessories are in a plastic piece like this. Now, the other sets also had weapons like pieces like this, so something I have. So yeah. As for the instruction itself, it is a single sheet, just folded up. So, you just open that, you have a number on there, XJ985, whatever. Those will be in the video description stuff. And these instructions are fairly easy to follow. They're quite similar to Megabloks stuff, but I have noticed that due to the box art being different to the final piece and the instruction manual, I'm guessing that they did some slight alterations here to make sure it doesn't match the original exactly, because then, there'll be different pieces according to the instructions manual, which I think that kind of sucks because I already know one piece that's swapped out for the worse. Our first set here, this sort of sidecar bike, came with quite a lot of good spare pieces, I suppose. We got a spare backpack for the the figure itself. We got spare belt pieces, 3 spare belt pieces, as well as an extra grey joint. So if any of those snap, or those transparent stud, you got spares. But anyway, the bike itself, it's pretty good, and I actually kept those color types that Megabloks into that. It's not as pronounced as a Megablok bike or piece, but you can see it's sort of there, the little sparks of silver and glitter. It'll be more obvious in the other sets, I believe. So it is there, they've copied that as well, but you can see the sort of rough marks on the plastic. There's some more sort of cutout bits that you might need to sand down or trim yourself. But all in all, if I just saw this on the shelf and someone said, hey, here's some Call of Duty Megabloks, I'd be like, yeah, that's Call of Duty Megabloks. This works, everything spins very smoothly. It's even metallic, painted properly. This is a duplicate, pretty much a copy of the original Megabloks set, so that's really cool. Whole thing comes together quite well. It's quite sturdy. Oh, that seat went down there. Just pushing it down, and moves fine. And even got the clip there for holding up the bike, so it's pretty cool. Huge spade there, just put that in there. And we have a rifle. Now all of the rifles in these 3 sets have sort of rubber band, soft rubbery piece to go over it, so it looks like a little shoulder strap so they can carry the gun. So that's cool that they have that. I'm just going to put that in the bike as well. And let's bring in the figure. So yeah, the face again. It's I mean, let's be honest here. Megabloks faces aren't always the best. I mean, they improve and stuff, but what we have here is, pretty close. Now, Megabloks does tend to just like drill or mold a little hole where the pupils are, but here they just paint it. And he's always slightly looking to his right, like someone's coming. So that's that. And articulation-wise, exactly the same as Megabloks. It feels fine. I think the joint's a little bit loose on one of these. Not this one, all the other figures. But here's the thing, what I've noticed. The plastic that they use for these figures is definitely softer, a bit more rubbery compared to official Megabloks stuff. So I definitely noticed that. And of course, these figures do come completely disassembled in the box. So that's a little bit annoying. If you buy a few more of these, then you're going to have to assemble these one by one. That was it. His head's really loose, but because the head's so light anyway, it doesn't really matter. And even he also has a bit of that sparkling stuff in his plastic. The Megabloks stuff has. So you can just stand there, see, it's fine. So he's got a radio, like a water flask, pistol, binoculars, and his backpack. So let's just put him on the bike. You can get on the bike. Just as shovel out the way. Shovel the shovel. So but you can still do stuff like you do with actual Megabloks. You just move him to the side. Let's move on to the snow one. This is the one I definitely recognize from seeing it in the shops and stuff. The official one anyway. And yes, this piece you got little black dirt bits and stuff in plastic molded into it. This track thing moves just fine. Totally fine. The rubber's good too. And you got a knife, backpacks. Now this backpack is, I think the back is, the peg there is molded way too short, so I can't actually plug him in onto the figure. So that's something you mind with these bootlegs. But aside from that, this thing is fine. This handlebar's a bit annoying. I don't know if the original had the same problem, or if they changed the design a bit and gave us this problem. So he also has a rifle and binoculars. Yep, now he doesn't have any loose joints at all, so he's perfectly fine. Alright, moving on to the last one. Now this one's really changed. From the box art, this is meant to be like a silver, like metal barrel, and they just put a Lego head there. That's stupid. That's ridiculous. The pieces themselves also have that little bits of dirt molded into it, so that's cool, I guess. And this bike has a lot of extra pieces. Like it's got extra plate, extra one of these 2x2 plates, 2 of them, another motorcycle part, just a bunch of extra bits just lying there. There he is already on the bike. There he is, the sunglasses on him are painted quite well. He's got again binoculars, grenade there, and he's on the bike quite well. And this base bike is pretty much the same as the first one we saw, just without the extra attachments. So yeah, pretty much the same set as the first one, but just less stuff. But it has some sort of a landscape. I'm not sure what that is, but this one's, again, aside from that, it's also altered in other places that's slightly different from the box art. For example, these should be just bricks going up, but instead they just gave us this one single piece. That's cheating, guys. But anyway, there he is. As much as I like official Megabloks, I gotta be honest, their blocks themselves are not as good as Lego, or the consistency with them. The figures themselves, as nice as I do like them at this scale, also not as tight as Lego figures. So that means that the gap between bootleg and official stuff is not as far as Lego and the bootleg counterparts. That said, so the plates there in the building, because it's such a small set, I felt it was pretty similar to the experience I got from official Megabloks stuff. However, the vehicles, when building it, I noticed a lot more plastic molding issues, little extra bits that I didn't cut out right, I didn't mold it right. So if you do get these, you will, if you want it to look perfect, you will need to clip it yourself, sand it yourself, just remove that excess plastic. However, nothing was loose. The overall clutch on all of the pieces from these bootleg sets are pretty decent. The figures themselves, they do suffer a little bit from slightly softer material, but as you saw there, aside from one of the arms coming off quite easily, nothing is falling apart, nothing was far too loose that it couldn't keep its own weight. As for the price, it was about 50 Hong Kong dollars for 3 of these sets. So when you compare that to Megabloks, sometimes in Hong Kong I can find stores like clearing some stock. I can maybe pick up one or two smaller sets at that price. So this is definitely cheaper, but it's just the gap is not as big as it is if these were Lego bootlegs. Slight changes to this set is a little bit disappointing. You know, would have been nice, like a silver barrel for Warzone and military sets is important, and here we just have a red Lego head. I don't know why that's there. I don't know why I need it for these. It's pointless. It's just no. So overall, if you cannot get Call of Duty Megabloks in your country and wherever you are, and you see these for sale, or Megabloks is overpriced where you are because, you know, there's no reseller or distributor in your area, these are okay. They're fun to play around with. But if you can get the official Megabloks stuff at a decent price, and Megabloks stuff usually is quite decently priced, aside from Minions, because they're always overpriced, I do still think that the gap between this and the bootleg is just not that big in terms of pricing. Like, if you can afford these, you can probably afford Megabloks. So get the official stuff. Only get these if you're just trying to mass army build, just need some extra vehicles in the background, or you can't find the official stuff. Whew. I mean, these are okay, it's just, like I said, the gap isn't big enough to really push forward with these. So yeah. As always, if you haven't done so already, found this video useful, please click the like button, subscribe button if you haven't done yet. And please let me know in the comments below, like, do they sell Megabloks in your country? Or if they don't, do they sell these? And is this a good alternative for you? But for me in Hong Kong, I have been able to pick up official Call of Duty Megabloks. Not that many, but because I'm not really a big collector of them, I don't need that many. So I've seen boats or bikes or one or two sets once in a while. And if I do need to get something in particular, I will need to go on eBay and pay a lot for it. So that's annoying. But for you, do you get this kind of stuff easily? If you don't, is this bootleg a good alternative for you? As always, you can support this channel by turning ad block off, watching some of my other videos on official Megabloks, Call of Duty stuff of course, and other bootleg toys as well. You can also support this channel via Patreon if you want to do it that way. As always, take care, have a nice day. I will see you guys soon. Bye bye now.